What's up guys? My name's Jerry. Welcome to today's short training video. I'm going to be your host. Today's topic of discussion is going to be on our vendor invoice auditing process. So I'm going to be breaking it down to 5 quick, easy steps so that you guys can follow along with me. At any point in time, feel free to pause the video and or rewind if you have any questions. Alrighty, let's get this. Step number 1 is to go into the AP email group. I've got my email open up here. This is groups, and here is the AP email folder. So what is this AP email group? Well, this is where vendors send us copies of their invoices. Everything is set up to go to this AP email group. Operation coordinators, location managers, and our accounting department are all included in on this group. If you don't have access to it, definitely let your direct supervisor know so that you can be added. Alrighty, now step number 2 is to find the invoices that belongs to your location. Ultimately, you want to go through this AP email group daily, find all the invoices that belongs to your location, and you want to input them into service time. So I've got this unread email here from Carrier Enterprise. I'm going to click it. And it just so happens that I know that this PO is for our Charlotte location. So this is kind of going to be your personal preference and how you like to organize this. Generally, the most effective way for me that I know of is to go ahead and print a physical copy of it and or download a digital copy. I'm not going to do that. I've got one downloaded to my desktop already, so we'll be utilizing that to make any kind of corrections in service time. Now, step number 3 is now go into service time and find your PO. I'm going to go over to service time. You want to click into inventory to be in this screen. And a moment ago, I've downloaded my invoice already right here. So you want to take this PO, copy it, and you want to navigate to this purchase order. Under the PO number search box right here, input in your PO, and it's going to search for any pending PO that you might have. If it's not sitting in pending status, you want to click in sent, and sometimes even check in the partially received status to make sure that you don't miss anything if it's not sitting in the pending status. So here I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and this is where it's going to lead to our step number 4. So step number 4 is to make any corrections to the PO in service time so that it will match the vendor invoice. So just to compare, I've got my invoice here. It's from Carrier. We want to check on the dates. We want to check on the line items to make sure that they all match service time. So Carrier, the vendor's name matches. The date, it does not match. The line items, we are short 1 item. There's 3 line items, but there's only 2. And of course, we always wanted to check on the price as well to make sure that the price match. So how do we edit it? We'll go into actions, edit, and here you can make any kind of corrections to the invoice. So I want to change this date to match the invoice, which is the 7th. Make sure that these 2 dates match. I'm going to scroll down to the line items. So here you can see we've got a flame sensor. Here's the flame sensor right here. We've got a inducing draft motor assembly. Here is the inducer motor assembly. the price for these two, it's 1830 and 136. 1830, 136. So it match. Quantity, it matches as well. That's good. So what are we missing? We are missing this blower motor right here. So we want to just simply add an item, and we want to utilize this to search. So the product description here has got a code here. So literally we can just copy it, put it right here to look. And it looks like in ServiceTitan's material pricing book, we've got it listed as an inducing draft wheel. But ultimately, the LA11AA005 is the exact same thing as this. You want to make sure that the price match. The price does not match, so we want to just simply change that to 2310. $23.10. Now I am going to compare the price again. $193.11, $190.26. Looks like it's still off. So what's going on here? From me just simply eyeballing this invoice, it looks like there is a temp inflation surcharge of $266 right here. I want to caution you guys, do not put this right here in this section right here. This shipping cost here, it's not going to compute tax properly. So if you put in 266 right here, grand total is going to be 192.92. So that's not where you want to put it. But instead, a solution to this is to click add an item. And for the time being right now, I'm going to use shipping fee. And I'm going to change this item description to temp inflation surcharge. Change this price to 266, and there we go. It matches. And the reason why I want to do this is because I know there is no current item code existing in our price book for temp inflation surcharge. So I'm going to do this temporarily. In a different video, I will show you guys how to add in a item to our pricing book up here. But it looks like now it matches. I'm going to click save, send as, mark as sent. And finally, step number 5 is to just simply receive the PO and you are done. But before we receive it, we want to double check the dates again, because it looks like we have a date sent here that does not match the date on the invoice. So we want to click actions, edit, change this date to match the 7th, save again, and finally click receive. And it's going to pop up again a final step here. You don't want to rush this. You don't want to just simply click save, because here this is going to be one of the most, in fact, the most crucial step in this whole entire process, is to not miss inputting in the vendor doc number, which is pretty much the vendor invoice number. Why is that important? It's because this is how we are going to know how to pay our statements at the end of the month. On this invoice from Carrier, their invoice number is sitting at the top right here. I'm just simply going to copy it, put it right here, and check on the date received here one more time. Looks like it's defaulted to the 12th, so we want to dial it back to match the invoice date. Just double check everything again to make sure that it match. It looks like everything's good. You're going to click save, and that is it. You are done. Alrighty guys, I hope that this video helps. Once again, the 5 steps is: number 1, go to the AP email group. Number 2, find the invoices that belongs to you in that email. Number 3, go into ServiceTitan and find that PO. Number 4, make the corrections in ServiceTitan to match the vendor invoices. And number 5 is to finally receive the PO. Don't rush it, because because you want to make sure to not miss the vendor invoice box and also the dates. Alrighty, if you guys have any suggestions or any comments about the next training topic, feel free to drop a comment and or shoot me a message and we can tackle it. Alrighty, thank you so much.